So I'm very excited to talk to you about the Flux graduated project. My name is Tamao Nakahara. I'm a Flux community contributor. I'm also an OpenCost project member, and I'm at IBM KubeCost. So quickly, please scan the QR code. It's all the Flux activities at this event, including FluxCon, which starts at 1:20 p.m., so in about an hour. So your CI/CD today should have all of these things. These are things that you should expect that Flux delivers. So first of all, of course, GitOps, which Flux started and also has become an industry standard. Also progressive delivery, such as canary deployments, blue-green deployments. And automation, you should not be doing anything manually anymore. And reliability, I'm sure you've heard things like DORA metrics, and you want to make sure that your infrastructure, including your CI/CD, can move as quickly as you need to be a competitive company. And security first. Flux customers include banking, government, and other areas where they absolutely rely on Flux's security first design. Of course, I can't cover all these things in a lightning talk, so today I'm going to talk about Flux's scale. So Flux's GitOps at scale, if you check almost any telco on the planet, they have actually been using Flux for a long while. They've been incredible partners with the Flux project to push our design and push our capabilities to meet their needs. And so it's no surprise that also the major cloud providers tend to use Flux, that they can trust Flux for that. So if you're using especially like Azure or AWS and you're using GitOps, it's usually Flux under the hood. So one thing we're really excited about for Flux at scale is Flux's artifact generator. So when you're doing GitOps, you have artifacts that contain all the data that you need for your deployments and state and all that, right? And so you might have certain challenges if you can only get sources from one place, or you can have only certain types of data that's brought together. And also if your battery's running low on your computer. Hopefully you saw that. And so also you might have more data than you need to do your deployments. So one of the things that Flux's artifact generator does is that it does composition. So that means it can take from those various sources. And also imagine if you could get data from your infrastructure team and your apps team, all for a perfect GitOps deployment, and you can have different data types for that. So that's one thing that artifact generator does for its composition. On the decomposition side, our Flux users love their mono repos, but you don't want to have these quote-unquote bulky artifacts that have more data than you need or doing more, passing more stuff through a single deployment than is necessary. So the artifact generator can take from a mono repo and build separate artifacts that then can be scheduled on their own separate life cycles. So that makes it much more scalable and performant. And also, Flux by design has always been Kubernetes native. That improves its simplicity at scale. It's designed in the Kubernetes way of thinking. And also, we're very proud, from the very beginning, we've always used the native Helm SDK, which means that you know that your Helm charts will always work. You don't have to do manual tinkering. If you're doing multi-clustering, you don't have to repeat actions in different places at different times. And also, if you have any edge cases, you don't have to make any changes to Flux itself. It works out of the box. And especially with our cluster API integration, our users love for multi-cluster at scale. It's simplified, and you're not doing manual work. So we want to make sure that your teams are also streamlined and efficient as well. So Flux and its ecosystem makes it possible for easier maintenance and troubleshooting. For example, you can use open telemetry tracing with Flux. It has a microservices architecture with several controllers, and you can do open telemetry tracing across all of your controllers for end-to-end visibility. You can take that data and store it and do visualizations in your favorite tracing provider. And of course, as the earlier speaker said, everybody has an MCP server. So there is a Flux MCP server where you have AI assistance for your Kubernetes clustered and your desired state in Git. And there's many operations that you can achieve with that. Some highlights are visualizing dependencies, getting better analyses if you have issues with your deployments, and easier debugging, and so much more. And then finally, one thing to highlight is Flux's use of Common Expression Language, or CEL. So that means you can do custom health checks to check if your clusters are ready before doing deployments. So just being smarter and more scalable. And of course, Flux offers so much more. Just a few highlights. We are a graduated project. It's GA. It works with your existing infrastructure. You don't need to tear anything out to use Flux. And we love that our Flux users have told us that they are able to accelerate their Kubernetes adoption because of Flux's progressive delivery. It provides a wonderful safety net so they can be more experimental and try new things. Flux is multi-everything. And of course, also Gitless, GitOps is possible with it. And Flux's ecosystem is really robust with added capabilities with things like the Flux operators and UIs from Headlamp and so much more. And we could give an entire talk on Flux's security-first design. So again, if you haven't scanned the QR code, please do so. FluxCon starts in about an hour today. If you don't have a Colo badge, there are also tables outside, and I hear that some of the maintainers might be at the table, so come check it out. We've got sessions all week. We're at the Flux booth all week in the Project Pavilion. And if you have questions immediately right now, I'm here with our wonderful team, and we'll be right outside this door if you have any immediate questions. So thank you. And I hear that lunch is being served now. So thanks very much.